Welcome back to Bash Bros and episode 42 of Notorious Pro Wrestling, the TEW Let's Play series where we find out what exactly would happen if Conor McGregor started his own wrestling promotion. It is week 1 of December and we are in the middle of ramping up to our Frostbite pay-per-view. I suppose we just haven't missed anything since you were last here in terms of shows, but there is a wee bit of World and Company news. So World news is that Asuka's contract is up to WWE. Now, look, I know, I would love to have Asuka in NPW. Like, look at how much, there's literally not a fucking... Everything is either above average or amazing with her. Sorry, well, her power is a bit lacking, but that's literally it. Like, she is one of, if not the best wrestlers in this game. But WWE is not going to let her go. I have shortlisted her. She's not even active in Britain. I didn't even realise that. She's not even active in Britain. But, yeah, we will, like, further down the line, I would love to have her. Absolutely. Right now, not happening. So, other news then, a couple of other a couple of other big wrestling names have re-signed with their companies. So, Kota is staying with New Japan, Jay Briscoe is staying with ROH, Flamita is staying with ROH, and Dalton Castle is staying with ROH. Speaking of contracts being up, so we have a lot. In fact, all the guys who we kind of started the game with their contracts are coming up. So I thought it'd be a good chance to maybe go through and see who we're going to keep and who we're going to get rid of. Chris Hero. I don't know. Are we going to keep Chris Hero? I don't know. He's been such a fuck off. Of course we're going to keep Chris Hero. Chris Hero's going to be the first inductee into the NPW Hall of Fame. Like, Chris Hero is our best wrestler. I don't care who has the belt. Chris Hero was our best wrestler. So even whenever he retires from in-ring, I'm going to have him as a road agent because like he has 80 psychology. Like, he's just great. He just is. He's just awesome. So yes, we will be keeping Chris Hero. Aspen Faith and Lewis Gervin and yeah. So Aspen Faith and Lewis Gervin, although we haven't been using the Filthy Generation too much at the minute, I do consider them a staple of NPW. Especially with Kaylee Ray being around, I'm not going to lie, Kaylee Ray is kind of the linchpin and I love her kind of being there with the Filthy Generation guys. So, plus they're a good tag team. I know they're kind of like, for us at the minute, they're kind of like a mid-card tag team. They're not really in any title contention, but I think they are a good team to have. Oh, there's Stevie Boy there, yeah. And like with Stevie Boy, I do think he's a mid-carder. We don't have a mid-card title, but he would definitely kind of be in our mid-card title run, I suppose, or running, if he was there. Bonesaw and Damien Corvin, Kings of the North. I am on the fence about keeping these guys. Do not get me wrong. In real life, I love the Kings of the North. I think they are awesome. In game as well, they have been great. They actually have, like, I feel like we have probably not done them justice with, I think we haven't done Kings of the North justice. Like, if you look at their match history in NPW, like, solid 40s other than at the start, but again, that was at the start. To me, that is a good solid mid-card tag team to have. Not everyone's going to be champion. Like, that's the thing you can only say is not everyone is going to be champion. Will Kings of the North ever be champion? No, but I think that they are producing consistently good mid-card matches. So, yeah, I think they're worth keeping about. Nathan Cruz. I do not believe Nathan Cruz will be staying. He hasn't done much. I've used him maybe a handful of times. I mean, when you look at his stats, he's a very solid worker. Like, you cannot deny that, but I just don't have anything for him. Like, If we take a look at the last time I used him, was October, so 2 months ago. It's the last time I used him on a pre-show. He's literally just on pre-shows. He's still quite young, 30, but I just... Who knows, like in a couple of months' time, maybe I could bring him back. But right now, Nathan Cruz will be released. James Storm. James Storm will be kept. Yeah, 100%. James Storm is great on the mic. He's good in ring. He's been highly featured. Flippy was main event in our last pay-per-view, so yeah, James Storm will be kept easy. Davey Boy Smith, absolutely. We are just in the throes of the Dynasty kind of stuff. Him and Joe Henning have been very, very good. Better than I'll be honest, way better than I expected. Way better than I expected. I mean, when you look at them, like mid-card to TV main event performances pretty much consistently, bar 2 blips of the radar. Absolutely, him and Joe Henning have been great. Cannot fault them. Grado, Grado is an interesting one. Wow, are we going to keep Grado? If you had asked me 9 months ago, I would have said no. I would have released him. Wow. Do we keep Grado? So, if you look at kind of where he's come from, so like, we kind of stopped him wrestling around Excellence. Like, well, we didn't stop him wrestling. We dropped him into a managerial part-time wrestler role back at Excellence. And he's, not that I wouldn't say he's gotten better, but he has improved. Like, he is no longer bringing in yellow performances, and he is kind of, maybe exclude the Battle Royal because of many people, but his match against Kenny Williams was a good solid mid-card match in the 40s, you know. With Amir Jordan and Kings of the North, a solid mid-card match, 41. I'm going to keep him just because I think he's a very good manager for the Grado Talent Agency. His promos have actually gotten a lot better. Definitely, I think his promos are now around 50s. I think his promos usually are now, which is very, very good. So, yeah, I reckon Grado will be kept, which is mental to think. Rob Lynch. When's the last time I used Rob Lynch? November. Oh, I used him in November in a pre-show match. Other than that, he's just been on the pre-show occasionally. Like, his performances whenever he has been wrestling have been good, but they've been against good talent. Like James Storm, Sonico, Doug, he was in Mark Andrews. So I don't think Rob Lynch will be kept. I just don't think he has done anything since he's been here, and his matches have been alright, but I just can't see much of anything. Ace Austin will 100% be kept. Dude is future world title holder. Simply put. He is 24, and this is how good his stats are at the minute. The kid is next level talent. So he is. So Austin will 100% be kept. To be honest, I might give him a really long contract because I know I'm going to keep him for so long. So, and then the rest are all staff. And Tennille Dashwood is fully fit, so her broken forearm is fully recovered. So yeah, that's cool to see. Like, I think it's really interesting to see how far we've come. Like, we're pretty much nearly on a year now, and like seeing some of those people who have come in but maybe not have the staying power as others is weird, but it is very cool. Right, so that is all the news dealt with. So let's get into booking the show, shall we? And we are back, coming at you from the Europa Hotel. It is Thursday Night Wanted, and fun fact, we've actually outgrown some of our venues for our weekly TV show. So normally we would do our very first stomping ground, which was Ringside Club. We've outgrown it, which is pretty cool. Actually quite cool. Also, the Sunflower Public House in Belfast, we've outgrown it too. So, yeah, it's kind of actually really neat to see us getting literally bigger, that we can't be contained. Anyway, so here is the card for tonight. We have the Barbed Wire Dolls, which is the new name of Crazy Mary Dobson and Mad Marley Quinn, going against Raven Creed and Nicole Matthews. And we have Dynasty, which is Tessa Blanchard, Davey Boy Smith, and Joe Henning versus the Filthy Generation, which is the Kings of Catch, Aspen Faith, and Lewis Gervin, with Kaylee Ray. And in the main event, then we have Ace and Carlos Romo versus Lethal and Grisham. Hopefully, it'll be a belter match. I really hope it'll be a belter match. But that's the card. Let's get into it. So, in a backstage promo, Jennifer Louise is interviewing Mad Marley Quinn and Crazy Mary Dobson, who say they are so happy to be back together and that their new tag team name is the Barbed Wire Dolls. Fun fact, their finisher as a tag team is called the Riot Act, as a nice wee nod to their Riot Squad days. If Ruby Soho, she's technically still Ruby Riot in this, by the way, because the start of January 2020 database. If Ruby becomes available, I am going to fight for her. I would love to have the Riot Squad back together. I think they were greatly underutilized in WWE. 45 segment, which is not bad. In our pre-show main event, I had the NIC go over Rob Lynch and Nathan Cruz since they are leaving us. Great heat and decent wrestling. NIC beat Rob Lynch and Nathan Cruz in 15:25. Nathan Cruz was not happy about this, let me tell you. Yeah, so Charlie Cotter 41, Austin Delaney 39, Nathan Cruz 37, and Rob Lynch 44. Yeah, Nathan Cruz did not want to lose this, but he's going out the door, so I'm going to start feeding these two guys to just everyone, to be honest. So 42 match, which is okay. And then to open up the main show, Ace Dawson, Carlos Romo, and Will Hobbs come out, and you know they're the best pure talent in NPW, bar none. And Jay Lethal and Jonathan Grisham take exception to this. That's all you need. That's all you need. It's just a stopgap feud. I've told you before. This will be leading into the P12, so then they'll face later tonight in a tag match. Just before the show, actually, Lethal came forward and promised to put Hobbs over. So I think I'll maybe have Will Hobbs versus Jay Lethal on week 3's Wanted, December week 3's Wanted. Yeah, but we'll see. See how it pans out. 52, which is very good. Good promo. Right, into the action now. So in a bout that had great heat and good wrestling, Barbed Wire Dolls defeated Raven Creed and Nicole Matthews. When Marley Quinn pinned Craven Reed. Oh, these names are ridiculous. Let me try this again. In a bout that had great heat and good wrestling, Barbed Wire Dolls defeated Raven Creed and Nicole Matthews in 10 minutes when Mad Marley Quinn pinned Raven Creed with a reverse roundhouse kick. Nailed it. Right. So Marley got a 45, Mary got a 49. Decent mid-card. Mary's maybe a bit better. Plus it was a 10-minute match, so they're limited that way. Nicole 40 and Raven Creed 37, that's fine. 41 match, which is okay. Bit low, but again, this was 10 minutes, so limited that way. Post-match, Alpha Female comes out and destroys both Crazy Mary Dobson and Mad Marley Quinn, setting up for a match in 2 weeks' time with Mad Marley Quinn. 45 segment, which is decent. Next up, in a bout that had fantastic heat and great wrestling, Dynasty defeated Filthy Generation when Joe pinned Aspen Faith with the Henningplex. Oh, there's a lot of red. Shit. Right, let's work our way through this. Kaylee Ray sustained a strained rotator cuff. She's got a match in 2 weeks' time. Oof. Lewis Gervin sustained a broken leg. Oh, Lewis. Oh, no. Okay. Well, that might explain why it only got a 40. Look at the performances. Davey Boy had a 51, which is good. Joe had a 52, which is good. Tessa had a 52, which is good. Aspen had a 45, which is fine. Lewis had a Gervin. I'm sorry, I'm so thrown by the broken leg. Lewis had a 44, which with a broken leg is pretty good, and Kelly Ray had a 51. I mean, if you take away the injuries, that would have been probably like a 47 match. Silver lining. Oh, right, so Kaylee Ray is probably not going to be out, but Lewis with a broken leg is 100% going to be out. Yeah, I know, Doug. Yeah, I know, Doug. I know. Oh, that is unfortunate. Right, post-match. Conor McGregor, this is good, this could change now, but Conor McGregor announces a number 1 contendership match between Tessa and Kelly Ray in 2 weeks' time. Oh, that might not happen now, but we'll see. 7-8 because Conor did the talking. And in our main event, it slapped. Oh, thank Christ we needed this. I needed some good news. An exceptional match. Ace and Romo defeated Lethal and Grisham in 20 minutes when Ace pinned Grisham with the House of Cards. Will Hobbs ran in and attacked Lethal during the match. So Carlos had a 54, Ace had a 61, Grisham had a 64, and Jay had a 60. So Carlos was the one that let the side down, but still not a bad performance at all by Carlos. And 62 overall. That is a pay-per-view main event. So awesome. Love it. This should be well, it'll be a good score, but at what cost? 63. Very, very good. Very, very good show. Holy shit, what happened during that 6-man tag? Oh my god. Let's check in with these injuries and see how long people are out for. Okay, so Kelly Ray's strained rotator cuff is going to take about 2 months to heal, which is not great because in 2 weeks she has a match. The plus side is that once the number 1 contendership match out of the way, she can rest up. So yeah, so it's not the end of the world. We'll maybe just have her wrestle that match and then be done with it. Say we'll just let her have time off till she's healed. Lewis Gervin's broken leg. Oh, 5 months, 3 weeks. Oh, fuck. That sucks. That absolutely sucks. Like, I suppose the one positive way to look at it, I suppose, is that, look, if he's out, I could have Stevie Boy drop back to be a tag team with Aspen. In the meantime, if I ever do need Filthy Generation to kind of fill in spots. But that is 2 big blows to Filthy Generation after I bigged them up. Discussing the contracts as being a staple of our mid-card. Fudge. That sucks. But, poor Lewis. My heart legit breaks. So, news then coming out of Wanted is a couple of more contracts are up. So Portia Perez's contract is coming up. Portia will be kept on either as a color commentator or as a road agent. She's good either way. Just depends if I can find one that's better than the other. Joe pretty much just copy and paste what I said for Davey Boy. He'll be kept. James Drake, he is currently one half of our tag champs. It'd be dumb if we released him. He'll be kept. Doug will be kept. Manami Toyota, I would be very surprised if I could find a better agent than her. She'll be kept. Right, well, good show. Dire consequences. But look, that is it for another week. Next time you guys will be back will be the Frostbite pay-per-view, so we're going to barrel right into the Frostbite pay-per-view, which will include matches such as Grado versus Pentagon Jr. for the title, Debbie versus Martina in a rematch from the previous month, Z Brookside versus Tennille, and other matches that have yet to be announced. But we will see you then. But yes, that is all next time. As for this episode, if you liked it, do consider subscribing to the channel and leaving a like. If you have any suggestions for storylines or tag teams or who to sign or anything, leave them in the comments and I will try my best to book it for you. But yes, with all that being said, I will see you next time on Bash Bros.